I've more or less decided that my favourite sort of like main line, you know, modern main line out there. Well, it's a line that's sort of been kept to it. You know, its stations and that been kept to its original type and design. The Settle and Carlisle line.
One of them is Pennington. Yes, but it curves, the train goes round that way. Well, that could be.
Oh, and I'll just say quickly, Wootton Hall at Appleby, you know, which was, well, a paintwork was still on, but I didn't like those big, like, gash holes in a tender and that. But she has been taken to Preston now, undercover, and her restoration will soon be starting, in case you don't already know, which is good. Again, I've got a video of her, so, you know, it's quite relieved there. You know, no longer have to hold our breath for her. But yeah, and it was great seeing the Duchess of Sutherland for the, I'm pretty sure that was the first time that I'd first ever seen her. I just missed her at Carlisle, because when I got off at Carlisle, I knew there was a steam coming through, but really weren't sure. Really weren't sure when. I think it was going to be a while, because I think we're past the Duchess, because I think the train was setting off from Leeds, but the steamers. The steam engine, Duchess of Sutherland, wasn't allowed to take the train until Hellifield, which is just beyond Skipton area, just as you're like approaching into like sort of Westmoreland area. Well, it's not really known, is it? But yeah, well, it's not really known as Westmoreland anymore. But that's that area's original name once you're out of like northwest Yorkshire area, you know, just above Lancashire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just got a very quick glimpse of her in a siding next to a goods train at Hellifield. And she obviously took a diesel hauled the train from Leeds to Hellifield. If it did start at Leeds, I think, I'm pretty sure it did, because we were reading about that excursion. I think we're actually talking about going on it, but we never got the chance. But at least you know, they are pricey, but at least I did see it, and I managed to film it, because when I got back to Carlisle station before we got the train back to, you know, to get off at Appleby, I could smell steam in the station, and then I realised that I just missed it, so I was a bit gutted. But luckily I came out of a small like pub just at the correct time in Appleby when I saw you know, she was there taking on water. Of course, the diesel at the back. I think they had a few slight issues with the Duchess fairly recently. I don't know, something like that. Oh yeah, like battery's getting low. Probably have to put it on charge for a bit shortly. But yeah, fantastic sight seeing her pull out of Appleby. Despite the weather, you know, if you watch that video, you can tell the rain suddenly started coming down heavy. And it was a steep climb for out of Appleby as well. You know, the Settle Carlisle line, it's definitely not a high-speed line. Well, you know, a line with that fantastic scenery. Yeah, you wouldn't exactly want to be going at high speed. You know, it'd be pointless for like high-speed trains to run there. You had to run on there anyway, because you know it's a very twisty and hilly line. Again, it was nearly closed. I'm so glad they saved that one. One of the main reasons was Ribblehead Viaduct. Of course, it used to be double track, but now it's just single track. It's still fantastic, you know. I know it'd be even better, you know, watching two trains crossing over on it, especially. Just imagine two steams crossing each other over that. But yeah, part of the reason they did make it double track was because, you know, the worries that how it's worries on its structure, just how strong it really was after all these years. Again, I have walked it in the Dales a fair few times. Again, one time back at the end of 2003, I was walking up a hill. I could see the viaduct. It was about that small in the distance. It was strange because most people, when they did that walk, it was a residential with school. They literally went right up to the viaduct, but we were in a different spot. Since then, I've tried looking for that exact hill. I've never been able to fully find it. You know, after all these years. Oh yeah, if I said earlier, yeah, I think I did. I've stood in Loco's cab, yeah, in Loco's cabs before. Most recent one being Evening Star. Oh yeah, you know, again, another great Loco which I really enjoyed opening up for the first time was my 9F. I'm a big fan of the 9Fs again. Again, let's just take a look at yeah, pretty much the most famous 9F.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful engine.
Yep. Again, all those driving wheels.
Well, it was well, mostly it was coal wagons. Hello. Hiya. Hello. Can we have a look if you want?
I think that's the first time I've actually sat in, been in, let alone sat in Evening Star's cab. But yeah, you know, always been a big, massive fan of these 9Fs. You know, one of the most powerful locomotives ever. And it's good that, you know, that there's at least 9 or 10 of them preserved, something like that. Unlike the Black 5s, you know, there's only one on site display. Whilst others are either operational, awaiting overhaul or restoration, or better, actually running. Yep, it was good sitting in her cab. Even had a little go at some of the controls in Black 5. The prototype Black 5 5000's cab at Shildon.
Right, and then lock it. I'm originally from just outside Carlisle.
And I would say, my opinion, if you go to a steam railway, I'd say two of the best things, or well, if I had to put two together, would probably be locos running around their trains, you know, at each end of the line. And especially the locos, working hard, upgrading, well, you know, sometimes fairly steep, sometimes fearsome gradients. And also, of course, I filmed trains overseas. Well, in America before. You know, like the Amtrak Expresses. And fantastic stations like New York's Grand Central Station. Magnificent building. Just, you know, I'm just gonna say, I bet a big Lego model of Grand Central Station will look brilliant.
Yeah, even in Lego form, it is just fantastic.
And of course this year I filmed the new Harry Potter Hogwarts Express recreation, which they've done at Universal Studios in Florida. Okay, so it's not real steam engine, you know. No one needs to come along saying, oh god, you know, they've just well cheated there, or it's not really. Yeah, okay, yeah, you know, maybe we do prefer the other, probably. Sure, Hogwarts will come make more sense here. Sorry, it's a bit darker than. Again, the light's going much quicker here, but yeah, this really is the best day for me to do it. Yeah, can't really see that very well. I can see it fine, but say this camera's a little bit better than picking up objects in darkness than the older one was. But yeah, you know, despite not being a real steam engine, you know, doesn't really need that much criticism. The whole set of it is fantastic. The London bit, the Diagon Alley especially, it's brilliant. I'd recommend going there and checking it out, definitely. The way you can ride on the train as well, it's a really good replica of the actual one. When I first saw a picture of it, I actually thought it was the real one. I didn't know that they were building a replica of it there. They have done a great job with it. It really is fantastic. But now let's take a ride on the Disney Express monorail from the Epcot part to Magic Kingdom. Some of you in the past might have done this before.
Spaceship Earth, travel through the evolution of human communication, from our distant past to the dawn of tomorrow.
Right now I'm kind of in between. I was at Haunted Mansion and now I'm at
I won't.
Oh, really?
I did the sun. I did Tower of Terror. That was right below.
You need to go head out. You need to go head out. It's not as bad as that.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
I got off the right, I got on the right. That's it.
Oh, okay. I see. How long do you want to
Physically, I was fine.
Understood. I can't go on like teacups or even like Dumbo and stuff like that. I'm like, on a cooler day I can do like Dumbo or Magic Carpets and have the circles, but like yesterday my friends were like, let's go on. I'm like, it's so hot. And I went on there right now. I'd be spinning.
Once I got on the rocket roller coaster, that's not great.
That's the worst feeling too when you're like, it's so nice to see
Yep, really is a good trip again. There was, in case you don't know, there was an actual fatal accident on monorail there a couple of years back. Yeah, one of the drivers, who was about my age, was killed. Yeah, in his early 20s. Well, my age now. Well, I'm 22 now, 23 next year, and that driver was 21 when he was killed. So yeah, but then I think he was only just about 2 or 3 years older than I was then. You know, so still fairly young guy. You know, God rest his soul. I can remember, yeah, back in 2001, we asked the driver of the monorail if we could actually sit up front in the cab. There is seats in the cabs of them, you know, where you can sit and look at right at the front. He was a bit reluctant. I can remember sitting in it, but I can't exactly remember the driver being a bit reluctant about it, which he apparently was. But yeah, put it down in the comments if you've ridden on the monorails before there, because they are really good to run on. Even if even their design now is, hard to be honest, maybe looking a bit outdated, they still, you know, it's one of the magical parts of Disney. You know, we've all grown up loving Disney, haven't we? And now just a few more things. One line which, I was talking about the Wensleydale line earlier. It is a really good line. Of course, they only own diesel locos on there, but the steam locomotive, you was a J72 tank engine, Joem. Yeah, I really like that one. Of course, I filmed that one on the Resident Class 20. Yeah, Joem is normally based on the North Yorkshire Moors, but she's been running on the Wensleydale for a while. They have had quite a few steamers running on the Wensleydale. You know, it's a good run for them. It's a good line. It's about 17 miles. It may be longer one day. Running from Leeming Bar, which is just west of Northallerton, the track does carry on and join up with the East Coast Line. Yeah, you know, there as you head up into the northeast. But one day, yeah. In fact, I'll tell you what now. Yeah, one day it may be possible to. Well, I don't know when. You know, the cost will be. Just thinking about it. But you might be able to. You know, to run all the way from Northallerton, on an old preserved train, you know, on a preserved railway, all the way from Northallerton, pretty much cross country to Garsdale, because where it ends at Redmire on the east edge of the Yorkshire Dales. did carry on through Hawes. The station is still there at Hawes, in case you don't know. I've never been there, but I know the station's still there. It's like a little museum. They've actually got like a little black steam loco with a couple of Mark 1s. That's where the line ran through. And, you know, if they can reconnect it one day, Hawes is about 6 miles east of Garsdale, to where, you know, you can still see where, you can still see where the track was, where it connected, going past those old sidings at Garsdale. I'll show you that now. On the train.
Is that where the railway used to be?
Yeah, went over that bridge there. It went off just there, just behind those trees. Yeah, you can see here where it all was. Used to go in behind there. There used to be other tracks in there in the loop. If they can reconnect it one day, you know, well, relay it all. Used to be bits here as well. Yep, just imagine that, you know, even great on an old diesel, yeah, but on an old steam especially, running cross country. Well, yeah, of course, steam engines can do long runs when they run on the main line, but on a preserved line, but well, you know, that's not part of the main line. But well, which used to be, you know, but is now served and used by old trains. Even if it is mostly, you know, old diesels, it's still great to see them going, and get a steam engine running on there at times. But just imagine that, either an old steam or an old diesel, running all the way. Yeah, that is pretty much running almost cross country. Okay, well, you know, not quite to the West Coast main line, you know, which is just a bit further west from Garsdale. Of course, the Carlisle line, the West Coast, the Carlisle to Newcastle, they all meet up there. Of course, the Waverley route used to meet there as well. Well, you know, used to sort of like start off from there if you were heading from Carlisle to Edinburgh. Shame that one closed, because you know, would have been pretty much, if it's still been here, would have been a good, more direct way from Carlisle to Edinburgh. I'm hoping to go up to Glasgow one day on the West Coast main line from Carlisle. It's pricey, but it could be a plan of next year. You know, I'll see. Again, the way there's numerous things planned for next year already, it's looking great. And yeah, as you can see on there, just got the iPad here. The journey from Northallerton to Garsdale, 44 miles. That, you know, that would be brilliant on an old preserved train. Of course, trains more or less go, well, you know, that distance on the longest line, you know, the West Somerset, which I still need to get to. But going all that way without the loco, well, you know, going all that way heading in the same direction, you know, without the loco running around, that would be fantastic. Again, I can't exactly see it, you know, seeing it happen anytime soon. But it's still a good 17, 18 mile run from Leeming Bar to Redmire, and I think they say that that they either do or they're close. I think I could be wrong, but I think that they said they were fairly close to getting trains running to Northallerton, or maybe they sometimes do it. I don't know. Yeah, I think I think only certain times they can run trains to Northallerton. I'm not sure why. I can't really remember, but yeah, that's the main, you know, the biggest future goal there. Get trains all, you know, get them able to, well, you know, to be allowed to run further east along the line from Leeming Bar to Northallerton, get it suitable. Well, you probably know health and safety these days, but yeah, again, you know, probably if you think that's can be rather challenging. Probably next they'll have all the track to relay. 1 second. Yeah, 20 or 21 miles of track to relay to rejoin the line to Garsdale from Redmire. But that would be fantastic, definitely. So yeah, I'd recommend going to the Wensleydale Railway. The most direct way to get to it, is to get to Leeming Bar. Can't exactly remember what junction it is, but it's pretty much just off the A. There's been loads of sort of like road movements, so they pretty much moved the whole carriage, both carriageways over and the junction further ahead from Leeming Bar station now. But it's still pretty simple to get to. But yeah, even though they run mostly old diesels on there, there is a steamer every now and again, and at least it's a good 17-mile journey. Again, the stations like Leeming Bar, Beedale, and then a fair run to what was it called? I think it was Request Stop, but there's also Leyburn as well, which is a nice little place. Again, just in the and then Redmire, again, lovely places on the east edge of the Dales. Great line. Overall, is again, as I said earlier, it is quite hard. It's quite can be quite hard work, even keeping a railway this small going. Again, of course, after cleaning the truck, depending how dirty it is or how dirty you let it get sometimes, it can happen. Yeah, I mean, I can remember seeing just I think only once or twice, quite thick dirt on one of the rails. Seriously, complete dirt. Just about a section of it about this big, just complete dirt along one of the sides of the rails. But it wasn't bothering the local which was running over it. I can't remember which one. I think one or two ran over it, but it wasn't bothering them at all. It honestly wasn't. I think some are more sensitive to dirt than others, like my Hornby Fowler tank. She really does not like the slightest bit of dirt at all. But hopefully locals which have been just one or two having slight issues with the Truck Magic should help a lot. But yeah, it is dirty work. And yeah, again, I put the light being on the floor on carpet, again, suitable carpet that has been flattened down a lot over the years. It is always vacked. Well, all cleaned thoroughly, and then and then vacked thoroughly. Whenever I'm gonna put the track up, it's always checked out, cleaned, vacked, and checked over before I do it. So again, the track is always whilst the light is temporary, it's always stored carefully in here. It will survive. Again, longer straights, especially these much longer ones here, are much more ideal for a temporary light. Well, it depends how much space you've got, of course. We all know how much space I have. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is, something quite peculiar at the NRM. I noticed it when I was last there. Of course, the bits of track where locals like 1744, was it one Scottish rail? Yeah, Scot Rail type unit, I think. Bahamas as well, and where Flying Scotsman and Mallard was stood. I never knew. Oops, sorry, that was just a phone beeping there, if you heard it. But yeah, I never knew that those trucks were there until we walked on them at Railfest. But yeah, if we just hop over to the NRM again a second. For some reason, if you know, please put this in the comments. All that track is now gone. If I zoom in there, yeah, it's just all stones, yeah. Sorry, just trying to get more of a look for myself as well, yeah. Not only that, for some reason, yeah, the little kids miniature railway, the track for that has gone as well. I mean, they've lifted it. If you see the gates over there, they've lifted it. Yeah, you can just see bits of rail behind there. Yeah, they've lifted it as far as that, but yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, it's puzzling. I thought they would keep all of that for big massive events like. Well, if there is, which I hope there is, another Railfest at some point in the near future, or in the future at some point. This is where the little miniature one was. Well, there's more chance of this being relayed at some point. Since it's only miniature, track can easily be taken up and all piled. It's not much of a job, but yeah. This is where the ones, you know, there were. Well, 2 years ago. I wonder where they've gone. So yeah, if you do know more about why they've lifted those tracks, even the little miniature one as well. I think I had one ride on that a couple of years back. You know, just a bit of fun. But yeah, I mean, well, well, that's more simple. You know, with one that size, they I don't know, are they taking it somewhere temporarily? But you know, the station's still there, the little shed where it's stored. I can more or less see that coming back hopefully one day. But yeah, all those sidings there, you know, they were perfect for events like Railfest. Well, I think that's pretty much everything that I've been wanting to mention. Just thank you all so much, and hopefully there will be 2 more parts. There's definitely going to be one more, but hopefully there'll be a part 5 as well. I've sort of got that in plan, but that is a big secret. You've already seen a clue for part 4, but part 5, not a clue for that one. It's good. Well, no clues for that one. Got it in mind what I would like it to be. It's not guaranteed when it'll be yet, but there should hopefully be 2 more parts. Part 4 will be on the way again, hopefully one day next week. Again, thank you all so much, and enjoy the next few videos. Again, not far till Christmas now. And yeah, well, again, oh yeah, again, of course, just quickly mention, been showing the picture. You're gonna, of course, my first ever train set again. Just so quickly, me and my dad first started off with LNE Locos. My dad with his B12 in 1971, and me in 2003 with my A3 Flying Scotsman. It's definitely run in the family. I'm so glad that it's carried on, and I hope it does carry on again further in the future. When I do have a family, and I sure hope that the channel will be continuing then. It is set to go on. Looking back at these videos in like 10 or 15 years time. So again, thank you all so much, and yeah, well, the subscribers has gone over 1,020 now. But yeah, look forward to the next 2 parts. Again, the 4th one will be on the way soon. Well, very soon, if not shortly. And the 5th one, I'm not sure when, but I've got it in mind what it will be. Thank you all so much. Made that look more like a thumbs up, not just a thumb.